Hey everybody, today I wanted to talk to you guys about Martha's Vineyard. It's an island off the coast of Cape Cod in Massachusetts, and it's somewhere that I've been going with my family for over 30 years at this point, so a lot of memories, a lot of sentimental value. And you get to the vineyard either by ferry from Cape or some of the surrounding towns on the mainland, or you can fly as well. So there are 6 towns on the vineyard, and each one has kind of their own personality, if you will. The first one I'll talk about is West Tisbury, and we'll go to this map, which kind of illustrates the island a little better. West Tisbury is this central area of the island, and it is basically home to lots of farms. There's a bunch of farmers markets. There's an agricultural fair there every year. And it is recently the newest location for the Obamas to have a house right off of this great pond here. The next town is Tisbury, north of West Tisbury, and it has one of the 2 ferry locations on the island that the ferry can come into. One comes into Vineyard Haven, one comes into Oak Bluffs. And Vineyard Haven has a really nice bookstore called The Bunch of Grapes, which I remember going to and getting all my summer reading books there when I was a kid. It has some cute shops, a great Black Dog Bakery, and it also has the only golf course on the island, or mini golf course. Then we can move over to Oak Bluffs, which is a more lively town. It has a bunch of like gingerbread houses, and which are basically these cute little cottages that basically look like gingerbread houses. It has the oldest carousel in Massachusetts, or in the U.S., which is called the Flying Horses Carousel, and it has a bunch of other great restaurants. Moving down to Edgartown, this is kind of like the bougier spot of the island. It has a lot of, again, nice restaurants, a little more expensive, a little more shopping, the only movie theater on the island, and it also has a ferry over to the island of Chappaquiddick, or Chappie, which I think it's just kind of bundled in under Martha's Vineyard, but is actually its own island. And then we can move on to Chilmark, which is this area right here, which is my personal favorite island or town on the vineyard because it's where my family has stayed for the past 30 years. It has a bunch more farms. It has basically one store, the Chilmark General Store, as like the town center, a couple fish markets, and some really nice beaches as well. Moving down to the final town on the vineyard is Aquina, and it has this beautiful cliff wall face thing that's just, well, you can see here in this little picture. It's they're called the Gayhead Cliffs, and it has a lighthouse, and it has one of the greatest views from the island. So if you ever take a trip down, you should definitely check out the Gayhead Cliffs. And you can also take a nice long walk on the beach. There's a public beach right here. If you keep going, eventually you'll hit the Kennedy's private property, which we have done by accident once and quickly got escorted off. But yeah, that's a quick view of Martha's Vineyard. If you guys have any questions, I could talk your ear off about this island all day. So feel free to send me any questions. Thanks.